Hello, VC. Ed here from On My Turntable. And this past weekend, I got together with a buddy of mine, caught up, had some drinks, had some lunch. It was a good time. And invariably, we got to talking about music. And we had a really fun discussion about album sides and what are our favorite album sides. And obviously, since we're in a bar, it kind of led to other folks jumping in and having part of that discussion. So we had a fun chat around. If you had 20, 22 minutes to kill, what would be the album side that you gravitate to and put on? You may like the whole record, you may love the whole thing, but there's just that one side where from beginning to end, when you drop the needle till it finishes off in the run out, that to you is a perfect set of music put together in the right order that speaks to you or that you find a lot of fun. So with that, I thought it would show some of my favorite album sides, and it's another way for me to show a little bit more of my collection since I'm new here at the VC. So with that, first up is The Clash, London Calling. You know it, you love it, No Home Should Be Without It, and all of it's great, of course. But for me, it's all about side two. Spanish Bombs, The Right Profile, all about Montgomery Clift, Lost in the Supermarket, Clampdown, and The Guns of Brixton. So a perfect album side. So if I've got to get going and meet some friends and get out the door and get moving, that's the 22 minutes I put on it to get me going. That album side never fails. So side two of The Clash, London Calling. Next up is Curtis Live. Curtis Mayfield recorded live at the Bottom Line, I believe. No, I'm sorry, The Bitter End. Recorded at the Bitter End in New York City in 1970. Double LP. This is a beautiful live set. A really nice gatefold is in here as well of him in the band, as you can see. And for me, it's all about side two on this record. This is to me, a great late night mellow listen. Side two is his version of the Carpenters' We've Only Just Begun, which is a brand new hit at the time. He covered that. And then he goes right into his own People Get Ready and then Stare and Stare. So that is just a beautiful album side in this very live, intimate setting at the Bitter End in 1970. So if you don't have any Curtis Mayfield, or if you do, and you don't have this yet, you really should pick this up. It's just a beautiful live, intimate record from a genius right here. Fantastic. Side two. Next up for me, side one, Simple Minds, Sparkle in the Rain from 1983. I love this album, and I love side one. Side one from Soup to Nuts, can't be beat. Up on the Catwalk, Book of Brilliant Things, Speed Your Love to Me, which is my favorite, Waterfront, and it ends with East at Easter. And this was produced by Steve Lillywhite, and Kirsty MacColl does the backup vocals on Speed Your Love to Me, which I believe is how her and Steve Lillywhite met, was the making of this record. The second side is good, opens up with a cover of Lou Reed's Street Hassle, which is fine. I love Lou Reed, but it is side one that gets me all the time for this record. That is always a go-to side for me, just a perfect suite of songs from beginning to end. Next up, on the more mellow side again, is Roberta Flack. Her second LP, Chapter 2, came out in 1970. The same musicians, same producer, Joel Dorn. Very moving, very mellow, very intimate, very understated. Side one is where it's at. Side one is Reverend Lee, written by Eugene McDaniels. She covers Jimmy Webb's Do What You Gotta Do. Then Bob Dylan's Just Like a Woman, which is just fantastic, done in the same vein as The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. Just really slows it down and changes that tempo and draws it out. It's really something. And Let It Be Me ends off the first side, the fourth song. So side one of this LP, Roberta Flack, Chapter 2, is pretty great and always a good listen from beginning to end. Just plays really well, those four songs together. Side two is also very good. Until It's Time for You to Go is on there by Buffy Sainte-Marie, but side one is where it's at for me. So Roberta Flack, Chapter 2, side one. Next up, The Rascals, Groovin', 1967. I love The Rascals. I mentioned it before in some other episodes that I've done. Side one on this record is where it's at. Play it all the time since I was a kid. A Girl Like You, Find Somebody, I'm So Happy Now, Suno, and How Can I Be Sure. Just a stellar set of music from beginning to end. This is their biggest LP, 3 top 10 hits. Just about every song on this record was released on a 45 in some way, shape, or form. It's their biggest seller. It's great. I don't play this one the most. Once Upon a Dream is the one I play the most. But man, the first side of this LP is fantastic. So that's Groovin' the Young Rascals from 1967. Getting back in the new wave side, No Home Should Be Without This either. Side one of the B-52's debut. You can't beat it. It's just, I'm just going to say the songs. Planet Claire, 52 Girls, Dance This Mess Around, and the ever popular Rock Lobster. What a great album side. It is just absolutely fantastic. This one came up quite a bit in the conversation we were out this weekend. Everybody said, oh yeah, that's a great fucking album side. Excuse my language. So yeah, really, really good stuff right here. B-52's debut, side 1. And lastly, to end it off, Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. This was a tough one. Side 2 is really great, but side 4 is where it's at for me. Side 4 is just a beautiful album side. It's unbelievable to me that he was only 24, 25 when he made this record. Just unbelievable. Side 4 is I Am Singing, If It's Magic, and then you end off with the 1-2 punch of As and Another Star. So a beautiful record all around. Everybody knows it. Everybody should know it. Everybody should have it. So Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life, side 4. So that's it. That was the conversation that we had over the weekend. I would love to know what your favorite album sides are. If there's a certain 20, 22 minutes that speaks to you, that flows great from beginning to end, feel free to share that, put it in the comments. Maybe share a little video yourself and tell me what it's all about. So once again, this is Ed, my turntable. Hope everybody is getting off to a pretty good week. Feel free to like, send some comments, subscribe. That'd be great. I'm having fun, meeting a lot of new people every week here in the VC, and looking forward to seeing what comes next. And as always, like I like to say, let's be kind to one another. Thanks.